Well, hello everyone on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. And welcome to another heart to heart talk with me. I'm John Kuert, the interim pastor at First Assembly in Newcastle. And I'd like to just say that if you are listening and you don't have a home church, you are more than welcome to come to First Assembly, 2021 Pulaski Road in Newcastle. And for those of you who are a part of the church, I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for your faithfulness and the many ways that you have been used to make this church a great church through the years. Well, these are days that are very trying and difficult. There is such hatred and anger that just seems to be seething from different parts of the population, especially in the big cities. I think that we would all do well if we would go back to the Ten Commandments and remember what they say. And you know, Jesus, he combined the Ten Commandments into two. He said, love the Lord your God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. And it's interesting because the first four of the Ten Commandments have to do with our relationship with God, our vertical relationship. So Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart. And the second part of the Ten Commandments, the next six commandments, have to do with our relationship with others, the vertical or the horizontal relationships. And so when Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself, he's combining all of those six commandments that come toward the end. So Jesus was saying, if you love God and love your neighbor, you're going to pretty much fulfill the Ten Commandments. But nevertheless, it's good for us to look at the Ten Commandments and see what they say to us and speak to us, even in these days. And one of the Ten Commandments forbids murder for no justifiable reason. We might say, well, at least I can say I haven't broken this commandment. But in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus declared, you have said, or you have heard, that the law of Moses says, do not murder. If you commit murder, you are subject to judgment. But I say, if you're angry with someone, you're subject to judgment. If you call someone an idiot, you are in danger of being brought before the high council. And if you curse someone, you are in danger of the fires of hell. So, anger, what Jesus was saying is anger in our hearts can be like murdering someone. According to 1 John 3:15, it says, anyone who hates another person is really a murderer at heart. And you know that murderers don't have eternal life with them. The word hate used here means to habitually despise. Now, we all lose our tempers here and there, but this is speaking of hating, of loathing, or despising someone. It is allowing that root of bitterness to develop over time so that you seethe with anger every time you see that person or hear their name. And it's the kind of attitude that leads to the spreading of lies and gossiping about them and assassinating their character, which is tantamount to murder. And if you really love God, then you will love your neighbor. And if you love your neighbor, you won't do these things to them. And so I would urge us all to take to heart these words from the Old Testament and Jesus' words in the New Testament about loving God and loving our neighbors as ourselves, and put away the hatred, put away the anger. We really need to pray that there will be not so much division in our country, but that somehow we can bring sides together and we can experience forgiveness and love and going forward into the future, which is going to be helpful for us all. It's of no use whatsoever if we are just constantly banging one another's heads or firing off nasty words to one another, or being filled with anger or hatred. And it's a serious thing, not only on this human level, but it's a very serious thing with our spiritual relationship with God. So take to heart those things, and I trust that it will improve our relationships with one another. And it can happen in the church as well, not just out there in society. It can happen where we have such vitriol and anger, hatred toward other Christians, which should not be. Jesus said, "They'll know you're my people, you're Christians, by your love for one another." And so let's practice that, and I believe that the Lord will help us as we go forward, and will make us instruments in His hands that can not only bring change in the church, but can bring change in society. So God bless you today, and hopefully we will see you sometime at church, either on Sunday morning or Wednesday nights at 6:30, and everybody's welcome. So have a great day and have a great week. God bless.